What's up, people? A big fight night today. It was actually a UFC event. I didn't even actually get a chance to take a look at them. I have to go back and look at a recording of that. It was all boxing today. We did a recap of the PBC on CBS that took place in Hidalgo, Texas, a little bit earlier. But right about now, here to talk about the HBO boxing, or we would say card, but it wasn't really a card because the preliminary fight got canceled. Well, at least one of them, the televised one, did. But it was Saul Canelo Alvarez taking on James the Mandingo Warrior Kirkland. And I knew from the outset, I knew leading up to this fight what kind of fight this was going to be. I knew it was going to be a knockdown, drag out, bloodbath. Well, not well, yeah. I knew what kind of fight it was going to be, and we literally, we literally got exactly what I expected. Um, James Kirkland is a warrior. He's a dude who is a uh, take two shots to get in one kind of a fighter, but unfortunately, that style does not work against elite fighters like Canelo. And that's what we saw on Saturday night. We saw Canelo score one of the most savage knockouts you're going to find in boxing. I mean, so for all of those people who couldn't appreciate Mayweather versus Pacquiao, which if you've read my writings over this past week, y'all know how I feel about that. I feel, Mayweather Pacquiao was not a fight for the casual fan. It's not a fight for the person who just wanted to see straight up slugfest, whatever. Obviously, there's an appeal to that type of fight, but that's not what Mayweather Pacquiao was about. Canelo, Kirkland, if that's what you wanted, that's what you got with this fight. From the very beginning, Kirkland came out uh, attacking. I think he actually stunned Canelo a little bit in the first, I would say, 45 seconds to a minute and a half of the first round. Had him in the rope, had him in the corner. He's kind of wailing away, wasn't landing that much, but he definitely had gotten Canelo's attention. But also during that little flurry, I noticed Canelo more or less being relaxed, calm, and got to a point where he's like one of two things. One is this guy's going to leave himself open, and I'm going to catch him with a counter, or this guy's going to tire himself out, and I'm going to catch him after he gets tired. One of those two things, or both, right? So first round, he lets Kirkland's flurry kind of pass over. Towards the middle to the end part of the first round, he turns, gets off the ropes, and then starts countering. Hurts Kirkland with a body shot and a shot up top. Didn't drop him immediately, but moments after that, he drops him with a combination, 1-2 combination right hand, sends Kirkland into the ropes. At that point, I already knew what was going to happen. It was done. It was just a matter of time. Kirkland got up, but he wasn't 100%. He wobbled his way through the first round, and even in the second round, he still didn't quite have his wherewithal with him. But Canelo was patient because he knew, I'm gonna get this guy. There's almost no way in the world I'm gonna get this guy. So in third round comes, and Kirkland starts to look like he got a little bit more of his pep back. So he comes out and he's trying to get a flurry going again. But just as he's doing that, Canelo regains control. He never really lost control, but so to speak, regained control of the fight, catches him with a counter uppercut, and Kirkland goes down on one knee. Now he was hurt, but he wasn't really out of it yet because he immediately picked up the referee's count, almost counted with him, got up at I believe 6 or 7. Gets up, he wouldn't be up long. Um, Canelo set up the knockout shot in such a just impeccable way. You have to respect what he did. He threw a jab feint to the body, and as soon as Kirkland dropped his hands in instinct, this is what you generally do. This is why this feint works. You feint the jab low, and once you feint that jab low, a guy, whoever you throw it at, they drop their hands, so to speak, to block the punch. And as soon as that happens, you can't wait to see it. You have to anticipate that the drop in hands is going to take place. And as soon as that drop in hand takes place, you're coming all the way over, bang, with the right hand, and that's exactly what Canelo did, and he caught Kirkland flush on the jaw. Literally, I believe he was probably out cold before he hit the ground. I mean, it was like straight up fight night champion knockout kind of a thing. It was kind of scary actually because I'm looking at him and yeah, he wasn't there altogether. So um, it was funny because people, this is what they wanted to see with Mayweather Pacquiao. But you just gotta think about it though. You gotta think about it. Mayweather is a skilled boxer that is a defensive minded fighter. If you knew that coming into the fight with Pacquiao, I don't understand why you would expect to see what you saw with Kirkland or and Canelo. I mean, Kirkland, the way Kirkland fights, I mean, you respect this guy for his will and that sort of thing, but this guy does not move his head at all, man. I mean, he's like, you're gonna hit me, I know it, but I'm gonna try to hit you first. It doesn't. It's not gonna work out against good fighters. It's just not. And that's what happened. Canelo can go just about anywhere he wants to go with this. After this, I mean, it was a great knockout at a great time. You got so many people whining about Mayweather Pacquiao. This to come the following weekend with one of the types of wins that just about anybody can appreciate, no matter if you're a big time boxing fan or not. But you know, everybody responds to knockouts, one punch knockouts especially. So he did his thing. He really did do his thing. Um, Kirkland's not a great fighter, so you know that is what it is. But you know, he was interviewed and asked about maybe going for Cotto or going for Gennady Golovkin at next, which obviously both of those fights I'd say definitely a tougher deal for him, and both would be very interesting. But neither of those fighters are going to throw caution to the wind and just not defend themselves. Um, like Kirkland did. So it'll be interesting. As far as Kirkland though, man, I don't know where he goes. I mean, he there'll be some interest in him because yeah, he was just involved in what people would consider to be an exciting fight. But this is the second time he's been knocked out, and every time you get knocked out, it changes something in a fighter. And so you gotta wonder, you know, I wrote in my recap about this fight, the one I did in script. I said, you know, when you get knocked out the way this guy got knocked out, it that's the type of knockout that takes years off of your career, possibly even off your life. I mean, we people are not supposed to get knocked out like that, you know. But yet you got fans out here saying, "Now that's the kind of fight. That was a fight. Yeah, that was a fight, but it was not a boxing match." And that's what I've been saying forever. Do you want to see a fight or do you want to see a boxing match? Obviously, there's an appeal there for both, but I don't think we should criticize fighters like Guillermo Rigondeaux, Floyd Mayweather Jr. For having boxing matches because that's more indicative of the sweet science than what we saw with Canelo and Kirkland. I'm obviously not downing what we saw with Canelo and Kirkland. I mean, you know, that's what it is. But man, it's two different styles, and you can't really compare them. But yeah, so that was it for this HBO boxing recap. Canelo knocks out James Kirkland in the third round with a nasty right hand, overhand right, and it was very impressive. We'll see what he does next. We'll see what both of those guys do next. I pray and hope that James Kirkland is all right, not severely hurt or whatever. His interview didn't sound too swift because his speech wasn't quite there yet. So I don't know. That's a little bit scary. But I appreciate y'all watching. God bless. Peace.